All right, guys, we're going to have a little cigar chat, and I'm going to address a couple of things. How do you guys like my out of bed here? I've been in bed all day, just sleeping, just resting. What the hell's going on right here? My pocket's tore. But, yeah, my hair, man, there's no way to fix that. Little cigar chat, we're going to address a couple of things. So I did a video today about a deputy. This morning I uploaded it. You go look for it. It's like 2 minutes. And already I've gotten 2 comments, negative comments from people on there. One was from Wesley James. If you see that guy on YouTube, Wesley James. And the other one was Ashley Bracken, who's actually a first responder, she says. She claims to be a first responder, Ashley Bracken. So those 2 people contacted me on YouTube. Those are their YouTube names, so I'm not giving you anything that, I'm not like doxing them. Those are their YouTube names, Ashley Bracken and Wesley James. And both of them have called me a POS, said I'm a POS. I harass first responders. I'm out there to harass them and to give them a hard time while they're just doing their job. Those of you who have been watching me for a while kind of know that's not true. And this Ashley Bracken chick, she said they almost hit me once. She almost hit me when she was trying to get somebody at a scene and I was standing in the middle of the road trying to get the video. Those of you who have been watching a while know that's not true. Because when I'm on scene, I got eyes in the back of my head and I ghost. So I'm usually like, if I see a cop coming down the sidewalk, you've seen me back off to the into the grass and let them go down the sidewalk. You've seen me go, okay, let's get out of their way. You've heard me say that, let's get out of their way, and then you'll see them go by. So there's no chance I was almost hit by an ambulance or any first responder because I was in the roadway trying to get the video. That wasn't me. Okay, you're confused. That was the other guy with glasses. And there are like 2 or maybe 3 of them with glasses that are out there like me filming. One of them is Egbert. You guys know Egbert. Yeah, San Bernardino. But these 2 people, they came already. I mean, the video was this morning. It's only like 12:30, I think, 12:45. And already those 2 have called me a piece of crap. And I harass first responders. And no, I'm going to take 2 interactions to address right here as an example. Now, the one was in San Bernardino where the first responder guy started talking really rudely to the woman. She said to him, I think he had asked her, are you hurting anywhere or something? She said, yeah, my chest hurts, my titty hurts. She said her leg, was it, or her knee, something like that. But then she went back and said again, yeah, my chest hurts, you know. And then she's upset, her adrenaline's high, she's probably in shock. She was just in a car accident. Somebody had commented on that video and said, well, how do we even know she was in the car accident? She was a passenger. She was a passenger in the white Dodge Charger. So he started talking really rudely to her and then said, go over there. Like, that's not how first responders react or should act. That's not professional. So I got on the guy and said, hey, don't you be yelling at her. I said, how many accidents have you worked? And I corrected the guy. That was the right response for me. Because that's what I'm out there for. I'm out there to make no mistake. I'm out there to keep the community safe from law enforcement and other public officials and first responders, and to be their body camera. Now, you always can't jump in if a cop starts like violating somebody's rights or using excessive force, like punching a handcuffed person. Yeah, I just can't jump in all the time, but you can say stuff. So I corrected the guy. Everybody thinks I'm harassing the first. I wasn't harassing the first runner. I was correcting somebody that was acting less than professional while wearing first responder attire and acting unprofessionally rude. As an activist and a journalist, That's what I do. That's what we do. We're out there to protect the community, to protect their rights, and to ensure that the people we pay taxes for to be out there doing their job act in a professional and courteous manner. I understand cops can't always be courteous. I mean, if somebody pulls a gun or picks up a stick and swings at a cop, yeah, he's not going to be courteous. But he can be professional, or she can be professional. So the one in San Bernardino, yes, I had every right to correct that first responder because he was acting very unprofessionally rude to someone who had just been in a car accident. He could have said, okay, stop. Where are you hurting? Again, you said your chest hurts. Where? Can you take a breath for me? He could, slow her down. Take a breath for me. If your chest hurts, let me hear you breathe. Okay, now he's got her breathing. And what that does is it slows the heart rate, brings her down a little. She's like, okay, I'm just, I get it. No, he's getting mad because she's yelling at him. Boo, fucking who? That's part of the job. Okay? We've had people get rude with me at my job just this last week. In fact, Friday the 13th, they were like, oh my God, it's Friday the 13th. What is wrong with people? People are kind of rude. I dealt with it. I was like, you know what? That's what we're here for. That's what I'm here for, to help you. It's frustrating. People are upset. People aren't getting the help they want. And sometimes it's not our fault. Sometimes it's just state policy mandates certain things and people just can't, they're not eligible. They don't have the eligibility requirements. That's not their fault. So I let him cuss me out. I say, I understand. I understand it's frustrating. But we're going to get you as far as we can with this. Lady came in with a hospital bill. She was all mad about the AMR bill. She goes, why am I having to pay this bill? I have health insurance. We don't deal with billing. We have nothing to do with billing in our office. But what I did was I gave her phone numbers of where she can call to inquire and say, hey, why am I getting this bill? I gave her the information. I said, we had nothing to do with that. I could have said, we don't do billing here. I'm sorry, you have to call your insurance. No, I looked up the numbers. I printed off the little pages. I said, this is where you call. I highlighted it here, and here. I said, and I even told her, if you have any other questions, if you need anything else, you come back. That's what we're here for. Why? Because that's what I get paid to do. And people say, we don't get paid to do that. We get paid to process applications and maintain cases. And no. We have the information. If they need help, let's give them the information. Let's give it to them. So that first responder, that AMR guy in San Bernardino, he was acting unprofessionally rude. And as a public servant myself, I'm not going to stand by and I'm not going to go, wow, that dude's rude. No, I'm going to tell him, you're being rude, dude. Chill out. I wish more cops would do that to bad cops. So on that note, let's get to cops. Let's get to the deputy in the video from this morning. It's called Deputy Still Trying to Charge Me. People are criticizing me for that video, saying I'm a piece of shit and that deputy is just trying to do his job. I'm in his way. I'm, harassing him. Oh, slow your brakes. And I'm going to just talk. I hope I don't bore you guys out of this video, but let's just chat. And you can always multitask while you listen to me talk. I do that a lot of times. That California Guardian, he'll have an hour and a half, 2 hour live stream chat. Sometimes I'll be playing on my phone, and while on my smart TV, I will have him in his live stream, and I'll listen to the whole thing while I'm playing on my phone or multitasking. Sometimes I'll jump in real quick on my phone app and comment and then jump back out and still listening to him talk. So this deputy, let's get to it. So there was an interaction in Hemet where two cops came up. I was probably 40 to 50 feet away. And that's being conservative. And they were searching a vehicle, and I started filming it, and they said, you need to back up, go back there on the sidewalk. I said, I'm fine right here. I was in public. I was in dirt, but I was in a public area of the city. So they walked up and put flashlights dead in my face, and I put my foot in their ass. Well, Deputy Patton of Rancho Cucamonga PD substation now shared that video about how I'm a cop hater and da-da-da. Well, Deputy Rose decided to share that video. Oh well. But then they changed it so nobody can see it. So kind of like there's no proof that that video was actually put on Facebook. It was on Facebook. So Deputy Rose knows my first and last name. That was on May 7th of this year, May 7th. Jump to May 15th. And the video below, you'll look for it this morning. Deputy is still trying to charge me. You can watch it. But jump to May 15th. There was something that went on down here on 2nd Street. And the helicopter was circling really hard. And they had a guy, they had stolen property at a residence there. I went down there and I started filming it. And Deputy Rose decided he's going to yell at me in the middle. It was at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. My boss had sent me home. I said, hey, boss, can I go home for the day? Have fun. See you tomorrow. But since it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, he starts screaming at me about being on the clock or taking a late lunch or something. Now, I hadn't said a word to him. I hadn't put my camera in his direction. I hadn't mentioned him. You hear me yelling, there's deputies over there. It was the Met unit. The Met guys, multiple enforcement team, were standing over in a yard. Rose was across the street. I didn't see him, didn't care about it. I knew that he had shared that video on Facebook. I didn't care. Whatever. He's over there doing his thing. I didn't even see him. I heard him screaming my name. What the fuck is this? So I go over there and hey, this deputy's trying to start some shit, look. And I record him. And then I shared it on Twitter at Sheriff John McMahon. I imagine they said something to him. I don't know, but I imagine. Because on May 21st, jump 6 days later, there's a single vehicle TC through a fence. The girl's in the ambulance. I got that video up too. That one's something about the results of a bullying Leo. Look that one up. News Now Yucaipa, the bullying Leo, and you'll see that one. But one of the deputies laughs at the girl screaming in the ambulance. I don't know what was so funny. Something was funny to him. But Deputy Rose was there. I didn't know Deputy Rose was there. They could have had Deputy Barney Fife there for all I know. I just know there was a car accident and I went down to film it. Well, I crossed the street legally at the corner now, Outer Highway 10. I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to keep saying it every time I address this. But 16th Street dead ends at Outer Highway 10. I crossed right there at the corner. And he came over to cite me for jaywalking because he wanted to be an asshole. He approached me. I didn't say anything to him while I was filming the car accident. I didn't call out his name. I didn't yell I just filmed the accident and crossed the street right there at the corner of 16th and Outer Highway 10. And he comes over to get me for jaywalking. Fucking asshole. So I said my name 4 times. He said I had to spell it. You don't have to spell it. You have to give your name and date of birth. That's all you really have to give. I didn't have my ID on me. I did not have my driver's license. I don't have a California ID, but I didn't have my driver's license on me at the time. Okay? So he basically started asking me my name. I said it 4 times. I may have said it more than that, but I know there's this one spot where I say it 4 times. And he wanted me to spell it. The reason I didn't spell it was because he was being a jerk to me because I had filmed him 6 days prior. So I wasn't going to, be really nice and say, yes, Deputy Rose, I really like you. No, I said my name 4 times. I said it. You know my name. You see me on Facebook. You know how to spell it. But when I said my date of birth, 10/21/66, he went 10/21/66, and he wrote it down. I watched him write. So later he tells his dispatch He's refusing to give me his date of birth after he wrote it down. Yeah. But I'm the POS. I'm the one that harasses first responders. We had an AMR yelling at a lady who was just in a car accident and probably in shock instead of trying to calm her down. And then we had, and the funny was the Loud Labs guy was there. Or the lazy guy with the stupid eye is the one that told me that was a Loud Labs guy. But the guy was there, Egbert was there. And he was telling me, he was trying to calm her down. Yelling at somebody and then saying, go over there, is trying to calm them down. That's not how you calm people down. That's not how you de-escalate. You talk to them like this and say, breathe. Just, she said her chest hurt. That's an excellent opportunity to say, let me see you breathe. I want to see if you have difficulty breathing. You said your chest hurts. Okay, one more time for me. Okay. See what I'm saying? That's called de-escalation. And then we had a deputy who approached me to misapply a California vehicle code simply because he wanted to get back at me for filming him 6 days earlier. And I gave him my name 4 times. I gave him my date of birth. He repeated it, and I saw him write it down. In fact, you guys saw him write it down. I had him on camera writing it down. And then he tells his dispatch he's refusing to give me his date of birth. How am I refusing to give it to you? You wrote it down. Anyway, why am I making this video? It's not for the people that really like my videos and are watching me. And all you guys are probably going to be like, we get you, Ukaipa. But for those of you who think I harass first responders and I'm out there to harass the police and I'm out there to harass people and that's what I'm out there for, and I harassed that deputy and I harassed this person. No, I never harassed either one of them. The one was screaming at, I already said, at a girl, and the other one approached me and then lied to his dispatch and said I was refusing to give my date of birth after he wrote it down. He had it there on the citation. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, every interaction I've had that's been an escalation with law enforcement is because they've approached me or they've done something to me to violate my First Amendment rights. Deputy Rose violated my Fourth Amendment right as well. He had no probable cause to arrest me. And he said, I'm going to arrest you for not giving your information. Not providing your information, that's what it's for. Well, I gave you my name 4 times and I gave you my date of birth and you wrote it down. You shared a video about me on Facebook. How do you not know my name? You called me out by first and last name on May 15th. How do you not know my name? Come on now. Does this guy forget that I record the police all the time? I record everything. He wanted me to put my camera down, so I said, no, I'm not putting this down. This is my documentation. I tweeted that video too to Sheriff John McMahon, DA Anderson, and the Sheriff's Department. Let's see what they got to say about it. I have filed an internal affairs complaint on the deputy. And I'm not out there to harass him. I don't look for him. I don't go out there looking for him so that I can record him and harass him. I'm just out there recording the police. I don't know who's in that car. Smokey the Bear or Boo Boo could be driving that freaking car, or even Yogi. All I know is when somebody steps out of that car, it's a deputy in tan and green. That's all I know. I don't know who's in that car. But I'll tell you what. Thank you, Deputy Rose, or your co-workers can thank you, that I'm going to record every single interaction with the Ukaipa Police Department, Highland Police Department, and San Bernardino Central. Every time I see a sheriff's unit vehicle, I'm going to stop and I'm going to record you for 2 reasons. 1, so that I can show the taxpayers how their money is being spent on law enforcement. And 2, just in case you decide to harass anybody else or violate anybody else's rights, I'm going to document it. I'm out there to protect the community and to be their body camera. Because a lot of people don't have body cameras. And when I say body cameras, I'm talking about a smartphone or a camera. Well, they have them, they just don't turn them on. I don't know why. People get pulled over. You got a driver and a passenger. I understand the driver is busy. Passenger can start up their phone. I don't understand why they don't. So that's what I'm there for. I'm there to document as a community body camera and to show the taxpayers how their money is being spent on law enforcement. It's not always good. And it's sad because there are a couple Yucaipa deputies, well, there's a few of them, 3 maybe, that are really cordial. I had a conversation with one the other night. I recorded him on a traffic stop and I didn't post it. I deleted it. Why? Because this wasn't that important to post. He was really cool and we had a discussion. The light turned red and they kind of went through it and he goes, whoa, that's not good. And he said he pulled him over when he walked up and said, I started telling him about the red light and they said, were you going to lecture me or give me a ticket? And I said to him, yeah, that's when you said you're getting a ticket. He goes, yeah, I had to give him a citation. But he had to because it was a Sand Canyon 14th. That's crossover, 14th, and then it goes to Sand Canyon and Yucaipa Boulevard. Well, in that intersection, a man and his dog died, and his wife or fiance, I forget, it was a few years ago, was severely injured. Severely injured. She lived. The driver that ran the red light and smashed into them while they were going through a green light, he lived. Yeah, he lived. Oh, yeah, the lawbreakers always live. But he died, his dog died, and then his girl, she's left without a lover, So I don't mind people getting traffic citations for running that red light. I don't mind it because it's not a victimless crime. If you think it's a victimless crime, look up that story and contact that girl and go, hey, running red lights is a victimless crime. She'll tell you about a victim, 2 victims, her and her lover who died. Anyway, so that's not what I was talking about. That was a sidebar. So so there's some good deputies. Deputy Wedge. I hope he's not awkward at me always naming him, but he is really a cool professional guy, man. He's a young deputy, but he's really always polite with people. I don't think I've ever seen him get upset. But he can thank Deputy Rose, and I'm going to be recording everything they do because I have to. Because if his sergeants are going to justify his bad behavior and his violation of my civil rights, I'm going to record them too. I'm going to record the police chief. I'm going to record the lieutenant when they're out there doing their stuff. I'm recording everything the cops are doing from now on. I'm no longer a journalist, guys. I'm an activist. And I'm not anti-cop. I don't hate cops. I'm anti-bad behavior. I'm anti-violation of civil rights. That's what I'm anti. I'm anti-unprofessionally rude. As a public servant, it's an embarrassment to me to see a first responder or a law enforcement officer out there acting unprofessionally rude to somebody or violating somebody's rights. That's an embarrassment to me. I remember I think it was High Desert Community Watch. I do believe it was High Desert Community Watch. They went to a municipal government office and they're recording, and one of the workers from this municipal government office came out on the sidewalk and just started screaming at him and getting in his face for recording that office and recording them. And I thought, this is an embarrassment. I was embarrassed. And I wasn't even there. It wasn't my fault. I wasn't there. But as a public servant, I was embarrassed. I was like, this isn't how we should act. Because if he would have been at my office recording and I had come out, I would have been like, hey guys, what's up? Hi Mom. How you guys doing? All right. Hey, make sure to drink water. It's hot out here, guys. All right. Yeah, appreciate you guys. All right, take it easy. And I would have walked off. That's how you bring people, that's how you treat the community that you serve. So those of you, since I've got 2 comments within an hour of each other, it was within an hour, talking about I harass first responders. I thought I'd just have a cigar discussion and talk to you guys and tell you where I stand. I don't harass them. I don't say anything I'm a silent observer until they approach me. Why did I go off on that CHP guy on baseline? Because I was far enough away that he was safe. I wasn't interfering, I wasn't delaying, and I wasn't obstructing. He was scared shitless that even his sergeant said, his sergeant was really professional, by the way. No, really professional. Sergeant Robinson of the CHP. Very professional guy. I had a great conversation with him. But he said, well, you scared him. He's kind of scared. And he justified it, but he wasn't there. So I'll give him credit for that. But I don't care if he was scared or not. If cops are that scared, they need to find another line of work. What cops are there for, even the CHP, is to enforce laws. Oh, he's not obstructing, he's not delaying, and he's over there, so he's not interfering. He's good. And he should have walked off. No, he had to walk over because I told him, you don't tell me to stand way back there. I'm going to stand right here. And I had backed up for him. I was up by the car door. Well, I was on the sidewalk. He was parked in the gutter. But I backed up to behind the CHP car. I said, I'll stand here. I said, you don't tell me to stand way back there. He goes, actually, I do tell you. And he walked up and put his hand on my chest and pushed. He physically pushed me back. And I had a discussion with the sergeant. I didn't make an official internal affairs complaint because no harm, no foul. I'm a grown man. He didn't hurt me. He just pushed me a little. I put my foot in his ass. It's done. It's squashed. That's how men do it. The only reason I did an internal affairs complaint on Rose is because he continues to harass me. He's not stopping. So I said, all right, fine. I have to do something to get you off my back. Because this is ridiculous. Because I've never done anything to that guy. Ever. Except put my foot in his ass verbally because he's harassing me, man. But yeah, that's why I went off on that CHP guy, because he walked up and physically pushed me for no reason. I wasn't interfering, delaying, nor obstructing. 148, okay? Rose got me on 148A, not providing my information. Well, I said my name 4 times and you wrote down my date of birth. What else could I don't know what you want me to do. Spell your name. I don't have to spell it. I gave it to you. You've said it 3 times when I was out on that call May 15th. You've shared a video of me on Facebook. You know my name. Get out of here. So that's where I stand. I hope this helps you guys a little bit. This has been a 30-minute episode. I'm watching the clock. I tried to go around 30 minutes. My cigar's out. Hey, I guess that's the end of it then. Thanks guys for watching. I appreciate every one of you. I really do.